See, that sounds miles better than what was just on. Managers moaning about our football. Have you noticed there's no one who's been played or managed in English football, brought up in it? It's people from other countries, played football in other countries who've grown up with a winter break.
You're not happy with this, are you?
I've been involved at. I was at Benfica and Galatasaray. We had a winter break, so I know how their mind works over there regarding that. And you can't forget the virus for a minute, right? That's a different argument. If this is all cleared up and next year, I like Jurgen Klopp, but every year he's banging on about winter fixtures. As a player, I loved it. And you know this 2-game gap, if you lost, you couldn't wait for the next game. And if you won, you couldn't wait for the next game. Both ways. You get the loss out of your system and you don't train in between. And my granddad took my dad to the games. My dad took me to the games. And this is why our league is the best league in the world. The biggest TV rights. So you got the manager of Man United who's been here 5 minutes trying to change the league and change the League Cup now.
Get rid of the League Cup.
He's only been here 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know when you bent over, when Ed Woodward put that contract in front of you and you were just about to sign it for 300 grand a week? Ed Woodward, did he say to you, by the way, Ralph, you do realise we play over Christmas? Because you could have easily not signed it. And Jordan Henderson, when he's saying about it, Jordan, you know when you signed that contract, it's 10 months on, 2 months off. We are the entertainment for the people over the Christmas. I understand about the virus, player welfare, but stop moaning, get on with it. It's brilliant.
We've always loved Christmas football, and 26th, 28th, and not all of them are playing 26th and 28th, so it's not universal, but 26th and 28th, that's how it is. That's how it's always been. And I heard Jurgen Klopp say, listen, it's wrong because it affects the quality of the football. So what's the point in doing it if you're making the football worse? That was his big argument. Would you disagree with that?
Yeah, same for everyone. So, instead of having a perfect football match where everybody's at the top of their game, who's got inside them, who's got the strength and mental strength inside them when they're tired to go out there again and put it in again today? Because you're going to have a week off soon. So get on with it. Players love it. Managers love it. I used to like managing it. I used to like playing in it. You won't find a footballer that will say to you, I never like playing over Christmas. The fans love it. It's part of Christmas. It's part of our tradition. And if it wasn't working, then nobody'd buy the TV rights.
Another one, let me give you. That Thomas Tuchel was saying it's not fair. And we'll bring in the pandemic in a moment. But Thomas, this is the manager of Chelsea. Just think about everything you know about Chelsea in the modern era. And their manager is coming out and complaining because it's not fair. I have never heard such rubbish in my life. It's not fair. The manager of Chelsea.
Well,
what?
There's going to be situations where it won't seem fit. Like Man United now have just had a break and all the players are going to be fit and they're playing against a team maybe that's had 6 players come back from the virus or 6 missing, and that's not fair. In your eyes, it's just bad luck. It could be your players, but it just happens to be falling that way. But I look at Chelsea. I mean, I know what you're going to say. How is it fair when you spend that much money and the likes you're playing against Brentford, who've got no money? Well, comparatively in the grand scheme of things. But you said not fair. I'm looking at the Chelsea bench last night. And I mean, you've got to remember that obviously they've got players who've been ill and so Villa, it's level, both situations. I think if you ask Steven Gerrard, do you want the whole of Chelsea's bench in your team tonight? He'd say yes to all of them. Every single one of them. Ziyech, Ross Barkley, Sol, Lukaku, Christensen, Kepka. I think all of them would get in Villa's team last night. So how's that fair?
That's up for debate, but it's up for debate. I understand the point you're making. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you'd have a look at maybe Chalobah had a nightmare last night. Maybe you look at Konsa and Mings, but first half, I was looking at him thinking, until Lukaku come on, when he just bullied the pair of them and won Chelsea the game. It's nice to be able to pull Lukaku on the pitch, by the way. That's not fair, is it?
That's not fair. They had a £99 million player on the bench. I cannot have the manager of Chelsea, who's, by the way, walked into somebody else's job last year with their team and then taking a load of glory for winning the Champions League. Fair play to him. He got the job done. He's a decent manager. I get that. But please, manager of Chelsea should actually be sanctioned for daring to come out and want people to believe it's not fair.